Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from about to be rainy, really rainy Costa Rica. Today's topic is going to be narcissistic relationship, getting the closure. Think about that for a minute. Guys, if you like the content, please subscribe. So, you were in a narcissistic relationship, or perhaps you're exiting one right now, or it's ended, let's put it that way. In any capacity, the narcissist, there's one thing you need to understand, that you will not get any closure from the narcissist. Now, I've created this video in the past. I'm updating it due to some requests from the people on the channel. The reason why the narcissist will not give you closure, it's very simple. One, it's because they can't give you closure. They don't want to. They can't introspect, and they can't say to themselves, wow, I actually blew up this relationship just like I blow up every other relationship, which was your relationship. So keep this in mind. To you, the narcissistic relationship, it's something that has changed you forever. You most likely were and or are a kind, loving, beautiful individual, perhaps even an empath. And you believe that this person who turned out to be a narcissist was somebody that they weren't, because they wore a mask and they tricked you and trapped you and manipulated you. When the relationship ends with the narcissist, and all narcissistic relationships end, they all have an expiration date, believe me when I say it. But when it ended, what happened was the narcissist most likely either discarded you or just disappeared. Why they do these things is because the narcissist, they can't be accountable for their poor behavior, for the poor actions. They can't apologize and say, I was wrong, I'm sorry. They don't want to face the music, in other words. So let's go back in time. When you first met the narcissist, say it was a romantic relationship. Well, you were, perhaps you fell in love with this person. Did the narcissist actually fall in love with you? No, they didn't. You may have thought they did, but they didn't. What they did is they wore a mask to trick you and trap you. In other words, they were acting. They were putting on their best acting skills to manipulate you and to get you to fall in love with them, when in fact, all they wanted to do was to have you attach yourself to them. And they never became attached to you because they can't. They don't have the ability to love. What they do is they have the ability to manipulate and to destroy people and relationships and businesses and friendships and everything. That's what the narcissist does. So at the end of most relationships, bar a narcissistic relationship, you need closure. And most times, healthy individuals offer closure to each other. In other words, let's say, again, it was a romantic relationship. Let's say it's a friendship. And the friendship is dissolved. It's over. For whatever reason, something happened. And this is with two non-narcissistic people, let's say. Well, usually they just kind of part ways and move on, or maybe they say, hey, let's agree to disagree and whatever they do. That's fine. But with the narcissist, they're not going to do that. They're just going to use, abuse, manipulate, take all of your resources, extract as much from you as possible, certainly provide a smear campaign against you, which turns all of your loved ones, trusted ones, family members, friendships against you, and you don't even know this is going on. But it's going on the whole time since you met the narcissist, I can promise you. Insidiously, they've been chipping away at you. But that's how it is. So the narcissist, they don't want to introspect. And by introspection, what I mean is they don't want to actually have to dig within themselves and realize, yes, they are accountable. Yes, for the failing of the, let's say it's a marriage as an example. For the failing of the marriage, yeah, they're 50% responsible at a minimum, probably more. But let's just be fair, 50-50, because there were two people in a marriage as an example. But they don't want to sit down and introspect. What they want to do, sincerely, is leave you in the narcissistic fog to fend for yourself, to try and figure out what just happened, to not give you closure, while they leapfrog to other sources of supply or other relationships. It's exactly what they do. Wash, rinse, repeat. That's why the narcissist many times gets married numerous times. Not always, but many times. That's why the narcissist blows up every relationship they ever have, which includes family relationships, friendships, business, romantic, if you're part of a community or club or something. What they're always doing is they're working behind the scenes, trying to crush you and trying to take from you, because the narcissist believes they're better than you. And when the relationship ends, what they don't want to do is provide closure, because providing closure means they have to be accountable. And they have to say, yeah, you know what? Sorry about that. I completely manipulated you from the minute I met you up until right now, and actually as I'm talking to you, I'm manipulating you again. They can't do that. And the further you get away from the narcissistic relationship, the more you realize, and eventually you understand completely, that you will have to give yourself closure from this toxic relationship. No one else will provide it for you. What you will need to do is you will need to get the education and the wisdom from channels like mine and many others. And again, thank you very much for being here. And read and educate yourself. Drop comments in the comment section. Understand that you're not alone and that you were manipulated for a period of time. But closure is a very important thing. Example, totally separate example. There's a death in the family and you love that person, whoever it was. And if it happened recently, my heart goes out to you. But getting closure from that, it takes time. And you need to process that that person is no longer on the planet and that you had great times with them. And you need to cherish these memories with this person and take time and give yourself closure and come to peace, come to grips with it. That's what you do. But with the narcissist, that's not going to happen. Because with the narcissist, they do everything in their power to manipulate you and to make you believing that it was all your fault and you did everything wrong. You should have tried harder. You should have worked more. You should have done this, that, and the other thing. That's what the narcissist's goal is. That's their plan. They live and breathe on people, on disrupting people, manipulating people, keeping people in the fog, having multiple sources of supply behind your back. It's 100% real. That's how these people, that's how they thrive. That's how they move on from person to person so quickly, because they don't have to introspect. They don't have to improve themselves. All they have to do is fine-tune their skills of abusing unsuspecting individuals. And then the narcissistic abusive cycle continues. Watch, rinse, repeat. That's what happens. That's why you need to become insulated and educated, awakened and aware, and understand that yes, whatever relationship you're in with the narcissist, it was not good. It was actually probably one of the most challenging relationships you've ever been a part of. But you need to learn from this experience, and in time, in your time, as you heal, you will see things differently. Now, there is no excuse for the toxic narcissistic abusive cycle that you are part of. I sincerely wish this would be eradicated from the planet. Narcissism in general, that's not going to happen. It's not. It's just the way it is. But when you get the wisdom and the education and you understand that you need to have boundaries, you need to be able to say no, you need to be able to put yourself as a priority, that's when things start to turn for you. Of course, you're going to have to process that, in fact, the narcissist will not give you closure. As a matter of fact, if the relationship ended recently for you, or let's say if it didn't, say it ended a couple years ago, the narcissist wants you where you are. They want you pining for them or thinking about them or wondering what they're doing or if they're with a new supplier, these kind of things. And you know what? To be fair, that does work for a little while until it doesn't. And when it doesn't, that's when it's game over. That's when you have the advantage, meaning you now see through the mask of the narcissist and you understand this person never benefited you. They didn't in the past, they won't now, and they will certainly never in the future. That's why you go no contact, block, delete, and remove all flying monkeys and people associated with the narcissist. Why? Because all those people are just one step away from the narcissist and it could get back to you. You now begin living your best life, and giving yourself closure from the narcissistic abusive relationship is an instrumental piece of the puzzle. You have to be able to say to yourself that it wasn't your fault, because it wasn't, and that you were manipulated because you were, and that this is a big learning process. But most importantly, that you understand that you had to experience this relationship. It was a part of your destiny. You had to go through it to get to where you are today. It's 100% true, because remember, there's no such thing as a coincidence on the planet. You are meant to be right now with me here in this moment, exactly where you are watching this video, as I'm meant to be creating it. Same thing when you met the narcissist, or perhaps you were born into a narcissistic family. That was the way it was. It's what makes you you. And post-narcissistic relationship, what really matters is what you do with this new superpower. Once you've healed, that is. Are you going to use it for goodness, or are you going to stay stuck in the past? My choice and my suggestion and my hope for you is to take this as a big learning curve, a big learning experience. Really take your time and process everything and understand that you had to go through it, but now you are living your best life going forward. And closure is a key part of moving forward. You see, you can't move forward until you put certain pieces of the puzzle or the past to rest. Meaning perhaps you had some childhood trauma that you had to go through and experience, and maybe that hasn't been addressed, and that's why you were subjected to possibly meeting the narcissist. In other words, that's because you didn't heal your childhood wounds when you were younger. Perhaps that made you become a people pleaser or a yes person, or doubt yourself, or have no boundaries. Hence, you meet the narcissist, and here we are. But once you understand what this message is, you have the power. You've always had the power. It was just taken from you for a period of time, which was the length of the narcissistic relationship. But now you have it back, or you're getting it back. And closure is a big piece. It's a big thing for you to be able to move forward, to give yourself closure and be nice to yourself and kind to yourself and say, okay, it's done. I get it. I didn't want to experience this. I had to go through it. I can't change the past. I can't predict the future. What I need to do is live in the present moment. And that is when you will get closure, I can assure you. Guys, I hope you liked the video. I loved doing it from about to be really rainy Costa Rica. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon. Stay true, stay blessed, continue to become awakened and aware, and understand that closure is something you will have to give yourself post-narcissistic relationship. The narcissist won't do it. Believe me, they want nothing to do with you other than to keep you in a place of darkness. Let's put it like that. And guys, I hope you liked the video because I'm up by the big tree and the birds are back singing for you. So enjoy those, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a great evening. No matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. I love you. Have a great evening. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Enjoy. Bye-bye, you guys.